welcome the representative of Shanghai Jiao Tong University to bring the presentation. The time is yours.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, dear students and dear parents.
Morning.
On behalf of Shanghai Jiao Tong University, right? My colleague Cao Laoshi and I'm Clarissa Zhai. We will be your guides this morning to know Shanghai Jiao Tong University, Shanghai Jiao Tong University's integrated program, and Shanghai Jiao Tong University's pre-university program. I will be talking about the integrated program. Cao Laoshi will be talking about the pre-university program. Before my presentation, please allow me to express my sincere gratitude to Mr. Wu, Mr. Shen, and Great Wall Company. Right?
Thank you.
For the great efforts you have made in organizing the event. And also your professionalism is highly appreciated. Now let's begin my presentation. Firstly, I'd like to share with you one video, which is mainly produced by the students, international students of Shanghai Jiao University, and as well as the Chinese students.
Yes.
Hello guys, see you. Hi.
It's really a colorful life. Both the international students and Chinese students enjoy every day in Shanghai Jiao Tong University, right? Let's know more about Shanghai Jiao Tong University. So my presentation today includes 3 parts. Firstly, about Shanghai, very brief introduction of Shanghai, and then about Sjtu, and thirdly, about application, right? So about Shanghai, just now you have had a glimpse of Shanghai in the short video already, right? So there are different cities in China, right? Students prefer to go to Beijing or Shanghai or some other cities, but according to my experience, right, many international students, their first choice is Shanghai, right? Here, another short video about Shanghai. You can see from the video and the pictures, right? Shanghai is one of the most diverse, vibrant, and modernized international metropolises in the world, right? And according to GAWC, right, Shanghai is elected as one of the 8 Alpha Plus cities in the world. You know, Alpha Plus cities, Tokyo, New York, London, cities like that, right? Very influential cities in the world, right? And also Shanghai is one of the safest cities in the world. So students who come to China, come to Shanghai, you'll find you are, say, really safe here, right? And then Shanghai is a really fast developing city, right? Especially, right, here we have the facts, the statistic about the Fortune Global 500 companies. Over 400 have their research centers or branches in Shanghai, right? So students, if you choose to say study in Shanghai, study in Jiao Tong University, later I will talk about the integrated placement, you will find amazing internship and job opportunities here in Shanghai, right? Here are a few pictures about Shanghai, the famous think spots in Shanghai. Some of you, the students or the parents, maybe you have been here, right? You know, the Bund, the Nanjing Road, the Disneyland, the City God Temple. So Shanghai is called the mixture of both the West and the East, the modern and the traditional, right? Say, sleepless city. That's Shanghai. And then the second part of my presentation is about Shanghai Jiao Tong University. I'm going to talk about my university here. So it has a long, long history. It was founded in 1896. It is one of the internationally recognized top-tier research universities in China, which Mr. Wu and Mr. Shen mentioned just now, right? So it has the strong commitment to nurturing future leaders with innovative drives and global visions. Right. So this is university which I graduated from, right, many years ago indeed. So our education aims is, so you can see the picture of Tang Wenzhi. He's one of the presidents of Shanghai Jiao Tong University. A university should cultivate top-class talents with excellent academic ability, outstanding career accomplishments, and above all, moral integrity. So that was almost 100 years ago, right? So at that time, our education aims were established. So in general, right, top class talents, moral integrity, outstanding career accomplishments, excellent academic ability, right? And then according to QS ranking system, Shanghai Jiao Tong University is ranked as a top 5 in China and top 50 in the world. So you've got the figures just now from Mr. Wu and Mr. Shen, right? And here on this page, you can find the rankings of the subject areas and different subjects. And according to the ranking system, altogether we have 12 subjects ranked top 50, right, globally. For example, we have mechanical 21, and we have the EE 29, it's quite high, right? Material science 22, that's the highest, almost the highest, number 2, right? So of all the other subjects here also ranked very high, you can see that. And then let's come to the campuses. We are now on Qibao campus. Altogether, Shanghai Jiao Tong University has 6 campuses. On different campuses, we have different schools. And Minhang campus, you can see the largest one. It has 830 acres. This is where almost all the undergraduate students are now, right, including the students from the medical school, right? The first year they stay in Minhang campus, right? And then you can see that in the Sjtu campus, which is the oldest, right? So we have 6 campuses altogether. And next, I'm going to introduce to you the notable accomplishments. Nationally, we have a lot of the firsts in China, right? The firsts. So for example, we have the first nuclear submarine, which was designed and produced, right? And we have the space rocket. You know, China is also a highly developed country now in, say, many scientific fields. So we have this first in China, right? Even including the man-made satellite, right? And I'm very honored to introduce to you some of the Sj2 alumni, right? So they are well-known alumni in politics, science, art, and business. For example, you know, Sjtu, right? Maybe some of you have heard of him. He's called the father of China's space program. So if you, after the COVID-19, the pandemic has been over, or you can come to Shanghai Jiao Tong University, you can visit the museum of Sjtu on site. So he's called the father of China's space program. And you must also have heard of Jiang Zemin, who is one of the former presidents in China, right? And also for young boys and girls, right? You know, Yao Ming, I think he's the pride of all the Asians, right? He's one of the, he's the former NBA player. He's also one of the famous alumni. So we are very proud of that. And indeed, we have alumni now working and studying in different parts of the world. So for example, we have quite a lot of associations, alumni associations abroad in different parts of the world, in different continents. You can say upstart Indonesia. In Indonesia, we have the alumni association also. So maybe we have Chinese students studying, working in Indonesia now, or say Indonesian students working in Indonesia now, right? You finished your learning here in Shanghai Jiao Tong University, you went back, right? So we have the International Indonesia Alumni Association also. And then I want to say something about Shanghai Jiao Tong University's global engagement. As I graduated from Shanghai Jiao Tong University almost 30 years ago, that's a long, long time, right? So I have witnessed the development of Jiao Tong University, right? It really the quick development, especially during the past 10 years. So Shanghai Jiao Tong University has been the members of U21, Global Tech, AC21, which are really the world-leading network of science and research, right? So we are very proud of that. And then we have a lot of, indeed, that's more than 200 universities, partner universities globally, in North America, in Europe, in Australia, in Asia, right? So we have partner universities in almost each corner of the world, right? Including the best, the top ones. So for example, in America, you have CMU, right? In MIT, right? And in Europe, you have Cambridge, Oxford, Ford, Australia, Asia. All right, I won't list that one by one, right? And also we are very proud of, right, that we're very proud that each time when the, say, famous, the well-acknowledged, say, politicians, the scientists, right, influential people when they come to Shanghai, right, they will visit Shanghai Jiao Tong University. We have these leaders here, for example, the former Prime Minister or the President now, right? Next, let's come to the student and faculty profile. Here are a few statistics, right? So on the left, you have the students numbers, and on the right, you have the faculty numbers, right? So on campus, we have 44,000 each year, right? So we have undergraduates, postgraduates, including the student, say the master candidates, the doctoral candidates. You can see that makes up a larger number compared with the number of the undergraduates, right? And then we have international students, like say students from different parts of the world, right? Including Indonesian students. We have degree students over 2,000, and also we have a lot of non-degree students. For example, students are learning our pre-nursery program, students learning Chinese language, right? And also we have exchange students. And then about the faculty, we have a large number of full professors, and then we have almost 50 academicians, right? Here are some really very famous, well-acknowledged, influential, say, professors now are working in Shanghai Jiao Tong University. You can see some of them, say they're the Nobel Prize winners, right? And these are their academicians, admissions, the Chinese Academy of Science and the Chinese Academy of Engineering. And not only the professors, the teachers, the faculty, we have really the best students in China, right? Of course, including the international students. It's highly competitive, right? Coming to Jiao Tong University, to be admitted to Jiao Tong University, right? So you can see students, they have won a lot of championships or prizes in different international contests or competitions. You know, ACM about, say, programming, IDEM about engineering, right? Say, genetically engineered machinery, and MCM, it's mainly about mathematics, right? Modeling. So if you have chance to be admitted to Jiao Tong University, maybe you'll be one member of the teams, right? Who will get the prizes. And then we offer a variety of majors at 33 schools or departments, right? Mainly they are disciplines of sciences, of humanities, social sciences, engineering, life, and medical science. And also we have joint institutes, which I'll get later, also talk about later, right? So students, whatever major you want to choose, you want to apply for, you can almost find that in Shanghai Jiao Tong University, right? It's an integrated, comprehensive discipline system, right? Disciplinary system. And I'd also like to recommend the joint institutes. For example, we have the China-Europe International Business School that was founded, that was established quite long ago indeed, right? I say indeed 30 years already, right? It has been ranked very high. And then we have the University of Michigan Sj2 Joint Institute, JI, right? I know a lot of international students, they would also like to apply for this program. I will talk about this later. And also we have the Sj2 Paris Tech Elite Institute of Technology Joint Institute. So this is Joint Institute. The program is taught in French. So some other programs are including Ottawa, Shanghai Jiao School of Medicine, right? And also we have the Joint Institute of University of Science, California, South California, right? About culture and creative industry. Okay. And Low Carbon College, UK, China, UK, right? Besides the different schools and joint institutes, we have quite a lot of affiliated hospitals. And these hospitals are really ranked high also in China, and some of them are also internationally well acknowledged, right? So if you come to Shanghai, right, you will find the convenience of that, right? And then let's come to different programs for the international students. Besides the undergraduate program, the master doctor program or postdoctorate program, we offer different exchange domestically, we offer different exchange programs. So we have international students from the universities globally, and then they come to Shanghai Jiao University to study here. And also we send students to different universities globally. All right, students, they have chances of learning there for so for 1 semester or 2 semesters or even longer, right? So you can see the top universities are all including, for example, University of Cambridge or Oxford, right? So quite a lot of students, Jiao Tong students of Jiao Tong University, they will have the chance to be the exchange students, right? And also this is the double bachelor degree programs, right? For example, University of Michigan, which I talked about just now, right? And we have also the program with Cornell University, Purdue University, University of Hong Kong, Waseda, right? So you have a variety of chances, not just learning in Shanghai Jiao Tong University, the campus is here in Shanghai, right? If you want to go outside, right, go abroad, right, you also have the chances, right? So the chances are equal for both the Chinese students and the international students. Besides the exchange programs, we offer the summer programs also, right? So international students learning in other universities, they can come to China. So Chinese students, they can go to other universities, right? So for a short-term learning of 2 or 3 weeks or 4 weeks, right? So the summer programs and the summer research internship program. And next, just now I mentioned that also, right? Students learning in Shanghai Jiao Tong University. So you've known the statistics about the QS ranking. Shanghai Jiao Tong is ranked according to the 2022 ranked top 5, but about the placement, it's quite different indeed. Right? See here, it's ranked as the top #2 in China, right? So if you know, I have a little knowledge about China, but Shanghai, right? You might have heard of that. So the Shanghai Jiao Tong University's graduates, the undergraduates, right? So the 4th year, generally speaking, on the 4th year, they will choose to go abroad to further study, or they choose to further study here domestically, or quite a lot of them, they have been elected, right? Chosen by the well-known, the renowned companies at home and abroad. So you have the figure here. After graduation, 33% of the graduates, they're employed by key industries and multinational companies at home and abroad. Big companies, really big companies, right? And then 38%, they will further study in China, right? And all of them, they go to C9 universities for students who want to apply for universities in China, right? C9 universities is a concept. So I'm not sure whether you have heard of that. They are called the best, right? So of course, Tsinghua, Beida, right? Fudan, Jiao Da are included, right? And then 29% of them, they will go to the universities, the overseas universities, right? And then indeed 40% of them, they will be admitted to the top 30 globally. The word top 30. And then finally, about the campus life. So I'll go through this part very quickly. You can see when I was a student in Jiao Tong University, Shanghai Jiao Tong, since I was a student in Jiao Tong University, Shanghai Jiao Tong University has enjoyed a really good reputation of what? We call this in Shanghai, living in Shanghai Jiao Tong University. If you know some Chinese, 住在交大, so we enjoy the best living facilities, accommodation here. You can see the pictures, right? And then next pictures, right, will be about the different activities students that can have here. This is about the sports. And then see here, we have different sports teams. You can see international students and the Chinese students, they can work together. Indeed, can you see that this picture here, right, with this Chinese national table tennis team? Quite a lot of championships, world championships come from Jiao Tong University. They are the alumni of Jiao Tong University, or they are studying at the undergraduate program or the master program in Shanghai Jiao Tong University, right? And then international students, you can also have a chance to join different clubs. And there are social services you can do, right? Teams you can join in. And if you are a talented person, right, in performing arts, right, you can show your talent. You have the stage of that. So we have the multicultural environment. Indeed, sometimes if I have the chance, because now I mainly work on Qibao campus and Fahua Changning campus. If I go to, every time I go to the Minhang campus, I see so many students, right? International students, they organize different activities, right? So you can see that from the pictures here. Okay, let's come to the third part of my presentation today. It's about the application, the applying of the undergraduate program. You see here, I'm going to talk about the Chinese program, English and French, altogether three different programs delivered in different languages. Right? So generally speaking, the application, we have the system here. You have apply.sj2.edu.cn for the undergraduate programs. So please find that if you have interest in applying for Jiao Tong University's undergraduate programs. This is the official website, right? So you need, there are generally speaking, there are 5 steps. Firstly, apply online. Attention here, we have 2 kinds of admission, right? Admissions. So firstly, is early admission. The deadline is January 31. That's the end of this month. So students who attend the lecture, the presentation today, still have the time to apply for that. The early admission, I will talk about the qualifications you need have about the early admission later, right? And then you have the regular admission, it lasts long, so until the end of March, till March 15th, so it's after the winter holiday of China, right? Chinese universities, so still a long time, right? The second step, we have the preliminary review. There are quite a lot of documents you need to provide, right? You need to show that you are qualified, basically, right? There's some basic prerequisites conditions you need to achieve, right? As the recruitment policy has been published, indeed you can get the details online also, right? And then the third step is evaluation, right? I would say if you have a quite good performance in your senior high school, especially, right? And then if you have SAT score, or ACT or IB, if you have the A-level scores, for example, some of our pre-university program students, they have already had the A-level scores, right? If you have 3 A-level scores, including math, or if you want to apply for EE major, right? Of course, say physics, chemistry, right? And these courses are very important. So 3, and then if you have math, physics, chemistry, 2 of them, at least 2 of them, you've got a score over A, right? You will have quite a lot of chances of getting admitted. I mean, this one, right? Say the score performance. That's only one condition, right? And then so there are some other requirements. And then about the regular admission, if you do not have the SAT, you do not have A-level, right? You can apply for that, right? But you have to take the written test. Science, mathematics, physics, English. So we have different subjects requirement for different disciplines, right? And step 4, whether you apply for the early admission or you apply for the regular admission, you have to attend the interview if you passed the first round evaluation, right? For the early admission, no written test. For the regular admission, written test. So if you pass this round and then come to the interview part, you can see that these two, according to last year at least, right? This interview, the 2 interviews are different. One is for the early admission students, it's online face-to-face interview. So you talk to the interviewers online. For the regular admission students, it's kind of interview, right? You talk to the computer. But of course, you will be recorded, right? And then you'll be, say, your video clips will be kept. And then the teachers, the admission officers, they will review that. They will evaluate your performance according to the videos. So this is the 4th step. And then finally, of course, so luckily, right, if you have passed the interview, you will be admitted, right? And you will get the result online, right? You can check that information online. Next, very brief introduction about the programs taught in English. It's different from the programs taught in Chinese. So generally or usually, students, they do not take most of the students, I can say that, right? They do not need to take part in the written test, right? Because the program is taught in English, right? There are some basic requirements of English, of SAT scores, of all A-level scores, IB scores, right? Because this is the international joint program of the Michigan University and Shanghai Jiao Tong University, right? You will submit your materials, you get your materials evaluated, right? I can tell you, right, the median scores, for example, of SAT, it's about 1,310 to 1,350. It's around that number, right? The median numbers, right? And then, right, if there's some problems of if the officers, right, they think you need to do something more, right? They will recommend you, they will suggest you to take the written test, which I mentioned just now, right? And then the scores of written test will help you to make up, right, the shortages you might have, right? So this is the programs taught in English. So the first and half years will be taught, will be in Sj2 Joint Institute, JI, we call this. And then after that, you can choose to continue studying here, or you can choose to maybe go to EE school or some other engineering schools, right? That means you give up the opportunity of having a degree from University of Michigan, right? But that does not mean all the applicants, all the undergrads in JI, they will have a degree from University of Michigan, right? So that they need to be qualified. There are a lot of tests, right? So, and then I like to say about the, that's just about JI, the application. You can see that attention here about the deadlines. Early admission, that's November 15th, it's already over, right? And then regular application, it lasts till the end of the March, this March. And then exam application time, as I said just now, right? Here, if you want to apply for Sj2 written test, right? You need to apply before March the 15th. I know you might have a lot of questions, right? And I will give you the contact information of JI school later, and you can talk to them, you can ask them, right, directly, or you can talk to Wu Laoshi, Mr. Wu Shen Laoshi, Mr. Shen, right? And see here are some application materials you need, right? I will go into the details, right? And here is the information about the French program. Say no written test, exams, oral exams on physics and mathematics, and then have the general interview. So you can see the French program, the English program, the Chinese programs, right? They have different evaluation systems, right? Also, we have the programs of medicine. So I'm sure the students and parents, you also know that the School of Medicine of Shanghai Jiao Tong University is really famous, right? Well acknowledged, and some fields #1, right? #1. So you have the contact information here. Finally, about the scholarship, right? So Shanghai Jiao Tong University really offers, I think it's quite rich scholarships, right? So including the Chinese government scholarship, Shanghai government scholarship, and Sj2 scholarship, and and some others. Some of our pre-university programs, including the Indonesian students, right? You've got the scholarships from Jiao Tong University, even though you haven't applied for, didn't apply for the Chinese government scholarship or the Chinese government scholarship, they still have the chance to get the Sj2 scholarship, right? So here you have the application methods here. Attention here, if you want to apply for the Chinese government scholarship, you should directly contact local Chinese embassy or consulate, right? And then if you want to apply for Sj2 scholarship, when you apply for Sj2 Integrated Program online, you need to click the button, right? Click the option. See, here, the scholarships of Chinese program, we have 3 classes. The first class, everything is covered, 4 years. You do not need to bring money, right? Your parents do not need to support you financially at all, right? Say you have the tuition, the living allowances, accommodation, subsidy, everything is covered, right? Including the insurance even, right? And then you have the second class, third class, right? About the English and the French program, scholarship is a little bit different. You can see we have the first class, including everything, covers the food, tuition. The second class, 50%. Third class, 25% of tuition. It's really high number indeed, right? So just now say 80,000 RMB, everything's covered, right? If you want to know more details about the scholarships, you can contact different schools. You can contact Mr. Wu and Mr. Shen and us also, right? I'm sure, right? Say, according to my experience, both my teaching experience and the managing experience, right? Quite a lot of Indonesian students are really good, both academically and I say they quite academically, I say academically especially indeed, right? So you will have the chance to get admitted to Sjtu University and also you will have the chance to get the scholarship, right?
Yes, students may contact us and we are really happy to assist you while for applying the scholarships.
Yes, okay. And that's all. That's all for my presentation. Thank you all. And now I'd like to invite my colleague Tao to talk about the pre-university program. Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ms. Clarissa, for your wonderful presentation about Sjtu. Such a very powerful university. And welcome, Ms. Catherine. Hi.
Thank you, Mr. Wu. Let me start my PP slides. Okay, dear students and dear parents, I'm the representative for this program, Sjtu Pre-University Program. I'm really glad to present this program to you and thank you for your interest in Sjtu, and maybe some of the students have already heard about our program, and thank you also for your interest in this program. And I would like to spend about 20 to 30 minutes to introduce about our program. I think it's a bright option for students who want to further study in China to take 1 year or 2 years time to in this program to better prepare for a better progression result. Okay. So I will deliver my speech by answering 2 questions. First is why Sjtu Pre-U program. Second is how to apply for this program. Okay, before I start, I would like to ask students 3 questions. First, Have you already got HSK level 5 certificate? And second, are you confident in taking math and major related courses in Chinese? Have you prepared for the conversion of the language? The last one is, are you familiar with the Chinese teaching style, Chinese culture? Okay, these are the 3 questions I present to you, and you can keep the answers to yourself. Okay, let's start. We all know that entering top universities in China is not an easy task. Yet to perform quite good or have quite good academic results during the undergraduate program study, that will be harder, right? So Pre-Nursery Program allow our international students to enhance language skills both in Chinese and English, and also academic performance in subjects like math, physics, chemistry, computer science, a lot I will introduce in the later slides, and also cultural adaptability, okay? So thus you can lay a solid foundation for your further 4-year or 5-year undergraduate study. We have 2 programs. The first one is Program A. This is designed for students who already have HSK level 4 or higher scores. You already have a certain amount of Chinese. Then you maybe need some remediation of academic subjects like Chinese, English, and mathematics, and other subjects, so that to meet the requirements of Sjtu undergraduate admissions. Another program, the other program is Program B. We accept students who have who only possess limited or absolutely no Chinese language skills to enter this program, to learn Chinese for the first year and to join the second year study with Program A students to take in the intensive Chinese language training, English, mathematics, and other subjects. And both students from the 2 programs, you share the same goal, is to meet the requirements of top universities in China, and especially Sjtu undergraduate admissions. So you can see a clear picture of what benefits our program can provide to international students. The first is the basic goal of entering to prepare for the Sjtu entrance examination preparation. As my colleague Clarissa introduced, Sjtu undergraduate program set the written test, the interview as the entrance examination review. So in our program, the first basic goal is to prepare for these subjects. The second is to spend 1 year to get adapted to the university life and to have a conversion of the language on the certain subjects. The third step is cultural integration. For international students who want to study in China, you are not only studying with Chinese students, but also the students from other countries, right? So in Pre-Nursery Program, we have students from over 20 countries. So before your undergraduate program, you can have 1 year or 2 year time to spend, to learn together with these students from all over the world, to get adapted to Chinese culture, also to the cultural, a diverse culture of your peers. So you can experience a cultural integration in advance. And Pre-Nursery also offer a multicultural environment. So you're studying with peers from all over the world and share the same progression goal. So our students, maybe you can learn more than you expected. With the joint efforts of our teachers and students, you will also gain global vision and competitive edge in pre-university program. So the motto of our program is diversity, harmony, creativity, and excellence. In Chinese, that is 多元、融合、创新、卓越. These four concepts are integrated in our in-class teaching and also in our internal communication among students and teachers when we are doing academic activities and other extracurriculum activities. Okay, let's take a look at the curriculum. So Program A and Program B students, for Program A students, you need to take 2 semesters. That is for almost for 1 year. And Program B students, you need to take 2 years, that is 4 semesters, to learn Chinese in the first year and join Program A students in the second year. And the target, Chinese target level for both Program A and Program B students is HSK level 5 or above. Actually, each year when our students graduate from our program, almost over half of the students can get HSK level 6. It's very high level. And we offer compulsory courses like Chinese, English, and math. And we have 10 plus hours of math a week. We offer elective courses like physics and chemistry for science applicants, and Chinese writing and presentation skills for liberal arts applicants. And we also set a new core elective course this year, that is computer science. Both science and liberal arts applicants can choose this elective course if you are interested in. The last one is we offer lecturing and tutoring on progression counseling, on the university lives and how to enter different top universities. These advices are what we offered. And what I want to mention here is about tutoring. From the very beginning of each semester, from the very beginning of the semester and to the very end, and even before, just before you enter undergraduate program for a very long time, you will have a tutor to give you one-on-one suggestions on your life adaptation, learning methods, or give you some suggestions on time management, or give you suggestions or information on major choosing, or even career plan. You will have a one-on-one tutoring to talk face-to-face online. Okay. In the following slides, I will show you a lot of pictures of the activities, both academic and extracurriculum activities that our students have taken. The first is lectures. Our students can have very many opportunities to participate in the lectures offered by professors or the teachers from different schools of SJTU, and also from different universities. We also invite teachers, professors from different universities to give our students purchase advices. This one is the teacher from our international undergraduate admissions for the Chinese taught program. And this one is from our School of Medicine. And this is for the JI Institute. That is the English program. Here are some of the contests and competitions. The English speech contest and the Chinese poem recital. These are the most, how do you say, popular contest among our students. We hold it every year. And our students can get a chance to take in the sports meeting. We will lead the students to the different campuses of Sjtu to visit. And we also organize some team building activities to let them get familiar with each other at the beginning of the academic year. And in our school, we have talent show. So our international students can participate in the talent show with the Chinese students in our school together to show their singing, dancing, and playing instruments, their talents. Okay, so the above ones are before the pandemic. So since 2020, during the pandemic, such special circumstances, we offer our courses and all kinds of lectures, activities in a blended learning way, both online and offline. For students who can coming to China, they study in the classroom, taking offline courses. For the other students, they take online courses, just like what you were taking in Indonesia. So our way of giving lectures is by first is in the classroom, face-to-face talk. The second is Zoom, through Zoom, just like what we are doing now. And the third one is what I want to mention, to stress on, that is a platform designed by our school that is called e-learning platform. So on this platform, students can download learning materials, timetable, all kinds of notices, and also submit their assignments for the teacher to review. That enabled the students and teachers to get a more convenient and more efficient way of communication, teaching and learning. And also the lectures I mentioned before in the last slide, the info sessions of the Sj2 admission information are also given online. So these are the pictures of the classroom teaching. Our students, some of the students are online, and the offline students, they can take face-to-face courses. This is the special session of the International Cultural Festival, which lasts for 1 month. Our students can experience Chinese culture in the whole way. Yeah. For example, they can play Tai Chi. They can try paper folding, cutting crafts, and they can take pictures and take videos around their in their own country, to tell the stories of what they are experiencing during this special circumstances, to share their stories. And they can experience Chinese calligraphy and painting. And we celebrate every traditional Chinese festival together with our students, both online and offline. So these are the pictures of the English short play and a drama called Little Prince, offered by our drama club. Students really enjoy participating in such creative activities to show their talents. Okay, you can also take a look at the masterpieces offered by our students. Here is the picking up her mask painting. This one is painted by one Indonesia students. You can see we all give very high score on this one because you can see it's like how to say 立体的, very 立体. This is traditional handicraft, and we celebrate the new year, the first day of January together. Okay, here's 2 video clips. You can take a look. Then it's a shame that we have to skip this part. Okay. So next, I will introduce on how to apply for our program. Students can go to this website to register and fill in the information required and submit the required application materials. The deadline for application is the end of August this year for both programs. The application fee is 800 yuan RMB. The tuition fee is 46,800 per year. So for program A, just once, and for program B, you need to pay twice. Okay, here are the application materials. First is basic senior high school diploma. Second is high school transcripts, including each semester's transcripts. Third one is passport information. The fourth one is a special requirement for this year. We need also a school profile. Fifth one, personal statement. And we only need one recommendation letter is required. And if you can provide more, of course, that is also welcomed. Seventh is the award certificates and other supportive materials. And for program A candidates, you need to provide HSK certificates, level 4 or above. And for applicants under 18, you also need to prepare for a guardian's letter of guarantee, and it needs to be notarized. And the guardian can be anyone you know who lives in China. Adult, of course, should be adult. The last one is parents' identity proof. Okay, and here is also one special requirement. So for any of the above application materials, if it's not in Chinese or English, it needs to be translated into these two languages. Choose one, either Chinese or translate into English. And it needs to be notarized. That's all for the information I want to present to you today. And for more information, you can ask Mr. Wu or Mr. Shen. They are quite familiar with our program. So thank you for your time, and look forward to see you in our pre-university program.
Thank you so much, Catherine, for your introduction about the pre-university program of Shanghai Jiao Tong University. So students, if you feel like Miss Catherine asking 3 questions just at the beginning before her presentation, have you got already HSK level 5 more than 180? That's the first question. Are you ready to deal with the Chinese mathematics? Because some students, especially Indonesian students, they are doing really good in mathematics, but they don't familiar with the Chinese mathematics. So that's one of the hardest subject, I can say honestly, when students entering the real Shanghai Jiao Tong University when doing the bachelor degree. And the third one, are you ready to get used with the Chinese study ethics, or study spirits and everything? That's why if you feel like you need to prepare more, then you can join the Shanghai Jiao Tong pre-university program. All right, now we are coming on the last session, which is Q&A. I already got several questions here. The question, it could be from question for SJTU and also from the pre-university program. Catherine, you will be answering both of the program, or?
Yes, yes.
Okay, all right. The first question comes from Mr. Suwandi. Thank you so much. Talking about the bachelor degree of food science, entrance examination, yes or no?
Yeah, for students who want to apply for food science major, you need to take, you're asking whether students need to take the entrance examination or not.
Yes.
As Clarissa introduced, both both bachelor's students need to take the interview, but for the students who do not have A-level or SAT scores, they need to take the written test also.
Okay, thank you. So, Mr. Suwandi, I will summarize a little bit that the food science, if you already got the SAT, IELTS, and HSK, then you can go with the early action. It means that you don't need to take the written exam. So you just follow the interview and then admission. But if you don't have those three international certificates, then yes, you need to do the entrance examination test, which is include it's under science, I assume, right? It should be math, physics, and English. Then according to the you're asking about the scholarship, how to get the scholarship.
How to get the scholarship. When you applying for Sjtu undergraduate program, in the application form, there is a question asking about whether you want to apply for scholarship or not. Then you just make a tick on it. That's a very simple one to application. Yeah, just make a tick, then they will get the information.
Yes, don't worry, student and parents, because your application start from the beginning until at the end, until submit, until you pay the application fee. We, Great Wall, will help you from A to Z. I mean, from the beginning until really at the end. All right. These questions is coming a lot questions to me. Okay, Miss Catherine. The entrance examination for math, physics, is it going to be held in English or in Chinese?
In Chinese. And
All right.
maybe there will be some English translation on some certain terms.
Yes, I believe that as well, according to the last year, because the real information on the real website of SJ2, the regular admission details haven't published yet. So I do believe, and I heard some students and also some teachers from SJ2 as well, they are going to take the math and physics in bilingual, but it's still not sure. It's not still 100%. So yeah, but definitely it's gonna be in Chinese. If they have the translation in English, let's see on the admission information later on when they already publish. Okay, hope that answer a lot of questions here. Okay, it's from Nico. Thanks, Nico. Does SJ2 have cooperation with the China campus network? Catherine.
No, we don't cooperate with CCN.
Okay, so that's clear, Nico. They don't cooperate with CCN. For the pre-university program, it's from A program. It's how long? How long is the program, Miss Catherine?
From September to May next year.
Okay, so it's 2 semesters.
Yeah, for program A is 2 semesters. The autumn semester is from September to January, and the spring semester is from February to May.
Okay, okay. If students join your pre-university program, does student need to take entrance examination at the SJTU?
Yes, students still need to take the entrance examination or take the regular one, or the if they have SAT, IELTS, and HSK, they also can take the
Thank you.
early action.
Right. Thanks, Nico. That's for your questions. Oh, one more thing from Nico. If it's you finish the pre-university program, do you need to wait another 1 year to enter the bachelor? No. You can directly apply to the bachelor while you're doing the pre-university program. All right. Oh, got a lot of questions here. Okay. Let's see one by one. Okay, Jensen already answered when the pre-university program A ended, which is on May. Is there any major actual science in English-based language? No, I can answer directly. No. If you're talking about English program, then it's gonna be like Sj2 Joint Institute with the University of Michigan. Is it possible, Miss Catherine, for HSK for under 200 score to enter the university with scholarship? No. The requirement is 5, sorry. Sorry.
You're answering for me now.
Okay, I'm just like, reading the question, then suddenly I was like, all right. Some question which is like a bit more private, and I know the student already on our group chat. I will not read it, okay? Then you can ask it on the directly to Great Wall team. Okay, a lot of question with the entrance examination, English, Chinese. Okay, this is a very, very nice question. For IB student, thank you, Deandra, for your questions. For IB student, when they want to apply bachelor degree at SJTU, do they have advantage to have 3-year program instead of 4 years?
That means the student's asking if she has IB score, is it possible to take the 4-year undergraduate in 3 years?
Yes.
In my understanding, every student take the undergraduate study at least for 4 years. At least.
I agree with you also, Catherine. Yes. Even you have A level or IB, you still need to do 4 years of. Right, this is always happening, and each time of the Infosession or webinar always come up this question. The government will allow international students to enter China this fall semester, maybe, to do offline class. Catherine?
We are expecting for such good results, and maybe students and also heard some of the good news, but it's not quite sure that if new students can come in. Maybe the senior students, they are possibly they will come into China earlier than the freshman or sophomore, right?
Yeah. Adding your.
It's not that clear. We can only say the possibility is here.
Yes, and also adding some of your statement. Thank you from Safari Anam, your question. Actually, on December the 22nd, the China Embassy in Indonesia did some survey, which is on Google Form. So active Indonesian students who is doing online classes, they need to fill all the information about them. So China now is taking a big survey about how many Indonesian students who is still doing online classes, it's a small step of a good news that China already think that international students can enter China as soon as possible. Hopefully, the rumors that I heard that starting from March this year, they will be gradually each batch by batch Indonesian students can enter China and doing offline classes. Thanks, Kenneth. That's a good question from Kenneth regarding the UMSJTU Joint Institute. Do I still need HSK or I will have a language program there? That's the first question. The second one is also, if I'm applying English Thought program, will the entrance examination still in Chinese?
Okay, for the first question, a student can apply for the JI program without a HSK certificate. Chinese beginners can also apply for the English program. And yes, you understand right. You also need to learn Chinese during these 4 years, and you are expected to get HSK level 4 before graduate. Okay, that is for the first question. And the second question is the test also in Chinese, right?
Yes.
For JI Institute students, yeah, the same test the same test, and they need to take the interview, of course, or in English.
Mr. Ahmad, as last year we had students from applying for JI, the test will be bilingual, Chinese and in English, right? Yes, they have English version as well for Joint Institute program. Question from Jelita. Okay, when do we start learning our chosen major, on the first year or the second year?
For the first year, students are in a big platform learning the core courses offered to all the students in that school. And from the second year of university, students will start their major courses. Is that the question?
Yes.
Did I make myself clear? Yeah.
Yes. Yes. So it's Jelita. You can start learning your major that you choose is on the second year. The first year is the big platform that all students sitting on the same school will learn the same education. It's always come up, yeah, this question. This is really nice to hear from Catherine from Pre-University Program. If student join Pre-University Program for 1 year, will student have the priority to enter Sjtu?
I think I just answered one student's similar question, right?
Okay.
Our students still need to take the interview or written test required by Sj2 undergraduate program. But how do you say, our students have the advantage because they have prepared for the entrance examination, both those written and interview, for a long time. From now, up to now, our 2021 students have learned for 1 semester, right? What we learned is just the same content that is required in the entrance examination. That is their advantage.
It's from Stephanie. What is an